check, 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 check. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I assume you guys can probably fucking hear me. I start asking like an idiot every fucking time I start to do this. I go like, "Hey, can you guys hear me?" Um, yeah, what's going on, everybody? C4 here. Fucking snowstorm outside. I posted a video on Twitter. Literally, I was bathing my beautiful baby boy, and it was fine. It was almost like when I was coming. It was probably I don't know what the fucking convert to your American weird temperature system, but it was like 60 degrees, I guess. And then when I left, it was fucking goddamn 4 inches of snow. It was unbelievable. So, perfect time to stream. Don't want to be outside. Got my goddamn Mountain Dew here. Not drinking beers. Last time we got a little bit sloppy. But as you can tell from the title, this is the 2008 Madden Connected Franchise Mode based upon the 2008 draft. And this is a pretty solid roster. I don't know if it's going to be as overpowered as our big, deep playoff run that we did with Jamarcus Russell in the last video. That was probably the best gameplay I have done in a live stream in quite some time. So hopefully we can duplicate things. I'm going to try my best. This is a challenge to remember what team drafted each one of these players. I don't really remember the round or anything like that. But overall, the roster is not bad. I would say a little bit of a weaker defense than offense. But, I think with Matty Ice Crube here, we should be able to get this going here. So at quarterbacks, we have Matt Ryan out of Boston College, who got drafted to the Atlanta Falcons, obviously. Coming off an MVP-like season. I kind of played like shit in the second half of the Super Bowl. But I don't know if that was so much him as it was the horrible, horrible play calling because of Matt Ryan. Not only Matt Ryan, but the connection Kyle Shanahan, we used the 49ers. But still a 97 overall in this scheme. And I assume that he's going to lead us to at least the playoffs. It's very rare that with a quarterback this high overall, unless you're Cam Newton and Madden, that you fail to make the playoffs. At the running back spot, we got Jamaal Charles, who was selected in the third round. I remember that. At the University of Texas to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now a free agent. Link with the Philadelphia Eagles. I fucking hate that. I do not ever want... Oh, I don't want that to happen. Literally the only way... I already made a video about this. The only way that Philly getting Jamaal Charles, and I'll be able to sleep at night, is if they come out and say it's a 1-year or a 2-year deal that clearly we can cut him next year, and then we can go after Darius Geis or Saquon Barkley in the draft. But again, just get Joe Mixon. For the love of God, get Joe Mixon. Then we also have Matt Forte, who was selected to the Chicago Bears out of Tulane, and has had a very nice career in the NFL as well. So that's a nice old man, two-headed running back attack. No fullbacks there. We could have put Jerome Felton in. He was a fullback, most notable for blocking for Adrian Peterson in Atlanta Falcons. Adrian Peterson and the Minnesota Vikings. Let me have a swig of this shit so I can get awake, so I can not fuck this up. Can I get a shout out? Jackson Dake. That's cool. All right. So the wide receiver spot, we got Jordy Nelson from Kansas State. Was drafted to the Green Bay Packers. Actually had a slow start. Fans of that want to shit on Nelson Aguilar. Jordy Nelson didn't put it all together to his third year. So of course that means Nelson Aguilar is going to be the next Jordy Nelson. We have Deshaun Jackson, who the Philadelphia Eagles selected out of Cal in the second round, I believe. It looks like he may be going to the Tampa Bay Bucks here in free agency. And then we got Eddie Royal, who was selected to Denver Broncos. I think Eddie Royal was for the Denver Broncos. And, he's had a nice career. He's never been a great guy, but he's been as high as a legit wide receiver, too, in the NFL. Tight end position, we have Martellus Bennett and Gary Barnidge. Gary Barnidge. Okay, see here. Gary Barnidge was on the Cleveland Browns. If I had to guess where Gary Barnidge was drafted, I want to say Tampa Bay or Carolina. One of the two was where Gary Barnidge, Tampa Bay or Carolina. I'm not exactly sure. I want to lean more towards Carolina because my head's saying Tampa Bay. And then we have Martellus Bennett, who was, surprisingly enough, a Dallas Cowboy. Got picked up by the Dallas Cowboys in the second round. I mean, Lord, remember that? Anyone else remember Martellus Bennett being with Dallas? I sure do. Wasn't nearly as good as he was right now, but still, 92 overall, he's going to be a big-time target for us and Matty Ice. The offensive line, we got Dwayne Brown here, who we did move to a right tackle, but whatever. Our offensive line is a little bit of a weakness here, I would like to say. But Dwayne Brown was selected to the Houston Texans and has been a very good left tackle for them. Left guard, we have Josh Sitton, who's selected by the Green Bay Packers and has been one of the better interior offensive linemen since he's been in the league, to be honest with you. At center, we have Jeremy Zuta, who was drafted by... I know he's on the Ravens right now. I think he was drafted by the Bucks. I want to guess Tampa Bay. 83 overall, great center. I actually think he peaked. Yeah, I think he had like a high 90s at some point during this Madden rotation, and then obviously when the rosters get updated, he kind of went down. At right guard, we went with Jake Long, who was, I think, the first overall pick from that year's draft class. Could be wrong, but for the Miami Dolphins. Kind of fell off a little bit, but early in his career before he got injured, he was one of the top left tackles in the NFL. And then at right tackle, we're going with Ryan Clady. He was drafted from Boise State to the Denver Broncos, who, again, much like Jake Long, was much better early on in his career than what you've seen recently with the New York Jets. Defense side of the ball, we got Chris Long, who was selected out of Virginia. I think it was a first-round pick for the Rams. Either or, he was really, really good for quite some time. Even last year, he made some big plays for the Patriots. Right defense end, we have Cliff Averill, who was a pick of the Detroit Lions, and is still, even though he's getting up there in age, still very productive on the Seattle Seahawks. Defensive tackle, we decided to move it back to a 4-3 defense here. We got Pat Sims, who was a pick of the Cincinnati Bengals. And we have Calais Campbell, now set to be a free agent. Heard rumors he might be going to Jacksonville, but has been doing his thing for the Arizona Cardinals since he got drafted in the NFL. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to make a play and get him back. I think it's more so they do not have the cap room to, but he's still a big-time performer and one of the best 3-4 defensive ends in the NFL. Looking at left of the side linebacker, we have Aaron Henderson, who is... where is he? Vikings, I believe. He's always a middle linebacker because there was no good outside linebackers. We had to make do with what we had. So we have Henderson as a 79 outside linebacker. Then at middle linebacker, we have Jarrell Freeman, who was undrafted, but I think, was it the Colts? It was either the Colts. I have no idea who the fuck picked him up. Let's Google this. Titans. The Titans actually had him on the practice squad, but officially the team he made was the Colts. So I'll still take the point on that one. He's been a beast, man. He was one of actually the best tacklers when he was a free agent the other season with the Colts, and then they let him go for some fucking reason because, of course, the Colts don't need anyone on defense, right? And then he was a monster for the Bears last year. So I don't know what the Colts were doing. I guess they got a new GM that hopefully won't fuck up as much. Then we have Wesley Woodyard, who has been very good for the Tennessee Titans and was drafted by the Denver Broncos. I think he's been criminally underrated his entire career. Corner, we have Akeem Talib, 93 overall. He's going to be a beast for us. He was drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, who, aside from his time in Philadelphia, has had productive careers with the Cardinals and the Giants now, and he was drafted by the Cardinals. And then we have Brandon Flowers, 78 overall, just recently got released, I think today, from the San Diego Chargers, but was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs. And 78 overall is not horrendous, as he'll play in our nickel spot. Free safety, Tyvon Branch, 81 overall. He was a corner currently on the Arizona Cardinals, but forever. I remember he was a safety. He was drafted as a safety for the Oakland Raiders, and he's down at 81 at free. And then at strong safety, Quentin Demps, who was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. We ended up letting him go because he was never really much more than a special teamer, but he seems to have resurrected his career a little bit with the Houston Texans and is coming off a pretty nice season with them. I think they re-signed him, actually. He got himself a new contract. And the kicker, we got Dan Carpenter, who's, I think actually another guy. Fucking some of these guys have been cut in the last week or so. Dan Carpenter was drafted by the Miami Dolphins and recently just got released after a solid productive career with the Buffalo Bills. Kind of slowed down there near the end. So in this video, guys, we're going to sim to the mid-season point, and then we'll play the divisional matchups on our way out. Hopefully we'll make a playoff spot with Mr. Matt Ryan. And as always, I will try to pay attention as best I can to the live chat if you guys want to just shoot the shit and talk about stuff. So let's see what we can do. Alright, now I'm looking at the chat. For FYI, I have not been looking at anyone's... It says I cannot connect to the chat. Please try again later. The fuck does that mean? Of course, because there's a snowstorm. It will not let me connect to the chat. How do I try to do that again? Done. Because I know if I refresh this thing... Okay, I'm going to let you guys right now. The health of my stream is still green, which means good, but it will not let me see the chat. So this may be a little bit awkward here, as it will not let me connect to the chat. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on with this? Do I dare refresh? Pop out chat, maybe that'll do something? Oh, no, okay, look, I just did a pop-out chat, and I think I just restarted the chat. Let me go restore it. Alright, fuck, if I do this pop-out chat, I can still see it, so we'll just go with that for now. Alright, we're sitting at 6-1. Matty Ice is balling out for us right now, which is exactly what we want to see. Like I said, this live stream is not going to be super, super long. I just wanted to touch base with these guys. I had nothing else to do. I need a little bit of break as I am working on the... Cut it a little bit close to the deadline, but I am working on the Houston Texans realistic rebuild. I'm going to say you're going to see, like I said, it's Season 2. You're going to see, hint, hint, maybe the most popular player, hint, hint, that we used in Season 1 will be used in the Texans one. Hint, 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 hint. When's the next mock draft? The next mock draft will be next Tuesday or Wednesday. I got to work on that. Yeah. All right, so here we go. We're going up in 7-1. We're going up with 3-5 Cardinals in our first matchup here, and it should be nice. I have not used Matt Ryan, I don't think, at all in this game, so it's going to be interesting to see what we do. Some guys asking how my son is. He's doing fucking great. He is doing great. Had a bath tonight, and he was the man. We asked him not to shit in the bath, and he did not shit in the bath, which is great. Do I watch Arsenal Fan TV? Yes, I am. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV and Wenger Out for sure. That was fucking horrible. Any new opinion on Marlon Humphrey? No. He tested as good as I thought. He was a sprinter, so I knew he was going to run a fast 40. It's still the mechanics and technique needs to get worked on. He relied upon too much his athletic ability and the fact that he played on Alabama and less on actually learning a lot of fundamentals. Still will be, I think he has potential to be a starting corner in the NFL, but I think there's other guys that are more, almost as athletic, if not as athletic, and have as good or better technique. Guys like Garyon Conley, for example. I think Lattimore, Sidney Jones, but he's still a top 5 corner. Do I think Melifonwu will be a first-round pick, and I think a team's going to regret it. I think you look at his tape, and like I said, there's not a whole lot. Defensive backs are really hard to watch tape on. I'm not a full-time scout or anything like that. So, there's a lot of times that the tape on corners and defensive backs is pretty shit outside of, like, highlight reel tapes. But Melifonwu, he's not a big-time hitter. Like, he's not. People are like, oh, my God, look, he looks like Cam Chancellor. He's not. He's not. Oh, my God. Here we go, Deshaun Jackson. He's a George Aloka. He's a cover guy. He's a zone cover corner. So I think Melifonwu, like in terms of talent, athletic ability, obviously first round. But I think in terms of talent, he should be like a late second round pick, I believe. Developmental prospect. Boom. Let's go, Matty Ice. Where do I think Josh Gordon will go? I don't know, man. I don't know if Josh Gordon is a lock to even play again in the league next year. To be honest with you, like that guy, like it's like one of those things. Like fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me again. Because it's fucking Josh Gordon. He loves smoking that ganj. I personally do think though that the league should ease up on the marijuana stuff as a banned substance. Because personally, as a football player, I played football in high school. I was in pain a fucking lot, and that is nowhere near the wear and tear that NFL players does. And marijuana is 10 times better than getting addicted to pain pills and stuff like that. So I think if that's the way they want to medicate themselves, I think go for it. I'm not some big hippie like, come on, man, smoke it up, smoke it, bowl, 420 swag. But it's definitely a better natural thing. The fact that guys like Josh Gordon's careers have been, oh my God, that was bad. Kind of fucked up because of that. I mean, it's more so he can't follow the rules. That speaks to Josh Gordon, I think. It's not so much, oh my God, why? It's just pot. I think it's more so, pot. They say pot's illegal, don't do it, you're going to get in shit, and he still continues to do it. So it's the personality trait as more so, I think, than the fact that he just smokes pot all the time. Oh, what a ball. Okay, what do we got here? Do you think Chad Kelly didn't have off-field issues, he'd be a first-round quarterback? No. I think if he did have off-field issues, he'd be in the same talk as like a Brad Kaya. He'd probably be third round. But he just, I don't know. Boom. Oh, you got to catch that, Jordy. Who's the best corner in the free agency class? I'm going to say Stephon Gilmore. More consistent, more tape, more long-tenured success than A.J. Boye. Fuck. What will John Ross's speed rating in Madden be? Well, for all you guys that are OGs for my channel, every year in the down period between Madden, I release my own projected Madden 18 rosters and ratings and stuff like that. I'm planning on doing that as well. I'm going to give John Ross a 99, but knowing Madden, they'll give him fucking something. Oh, come on. Madden will probably give him like a 96, 97, but he 100% should be 100 speed. I think they should bring that shit back. I like that. When they'd give the players that are clearly the best 100 overalls. I think John Ross should get like 100 speed. You should give 100 strength to... Jesus Christ, who's the best bench press guy right now? Like Stephen Paya. Put the bench press record up. 100 catch to... Who's the best hands in the NFL? Odell probably, unfortunately, I'd have to say. Hunter jumping to Julio. I think bring back the hundreds. Hashtag make Madden great again. All right, just give me a sec here, fellas. I gotta take a break from answering the question because I need to. Fuck! I need to start winning some battles here. Do I think Browns should draft Myles Garrett and Jonathan Allen with their first round picks? I think if they could do that, I would absolutely do that. We're going to go C4 special here with Jamaal Charles. I think those two guys, I think, in terms of safe players in this year's draft class, I think I'd have Myles Garrett at 1, Jamal Adams at 2, Jonathan Allen at 3. And that's even with, like, I know the shoulder issues. Oh, hey, look at Charles. Yeah, I know the shoulder issue and stuff like that. But, yeah, I'd say if the Browns can hit on any of those guys, congrats. As long as they get Myles Garrett, though, I think they're going to be fine. Well, just not fine, because they could still totally fuck up number 12. They have to hit on both those picks. But I think hopefully the Browns don't get Melifonwu at 12. I think that'd be bad. I still would try to ship. Oh, no, I was almost picked. I'd still try to. Fucking terrible. I'd still try to ship 12 for Garoppolo, personally. I don't think Cody Kessler's good enough to get the job done. But then again, it seems like, oh, Bill Belichick. No one, he's Bill Belichick. I don't think he's going to give a discount to the Browns. Oh, that's a bad field goal. It still makes it. I don't think, even though maybe he's still salty that the Browns got rid of him or whatever the fuck happened there. Jimmy Garoppolo is not worth 2 first-round picks, but if they can get him for like 12 and maybe a second rounder next year, I think that'd probably be the best. But yeah, are you into March Madness? If so, who's your winner? I do always make a bracket, and I do love watching it, but I have no idea yet. I'm gonna have to for sure. Oh, let's go! Ooh, D-Jack's got that speed though. Gonna be seeing that in Tampa Bay next year, maybe. I have no idea. Usually, I pick one. I always go with one of the big schools. I like that Florida Gulf Coast is back in it because I remember actually when I went to Cuba, the only channel we had in our hotel or whatever the fuck the resort that was in English was ESPN, and we watched. That was like my first exposure to watching college football, and I was super hooked. And I think that was the year that Florida Gulf Coast became a thing. So I'm gonna probably put $100 on Florida Gulf Coast to win. But no, I don't know. Is Kentucky good? Villanova? Usually I try to go with like the Philly team. I heard they're pretty good. Is UCLA? I know UCLA has that guy that everyone wants to talk about. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think of Hassan Riddick? Hassan Riddick's a beast, man. Guy's a stud. Wait for my linebacking rankings 2.0 video that's coming out. What do I think? Who do the Jets draft at 6 or trade back? I actually can see the Jets trading back there a little bit, but I just think they go best player available. They have a lot of holes. Ooh, they have a lot of holes, and much like a porn star, they're gonna fill them. They're gonna fill those holes and make some money. So I don't think they can go wrong anywhere. Wide receiver, they can fucking go corner. They like Marshawn Lattimore. I think would be an ideal fit for them. Oh, rest in peace, Matt Ice. Saints pick 11. Solomon Thomas. I think they're going defense, but whatever. All right, we gotta fucking slow down our snap count here. These guys are jumping it every time. Maybe that. We can do a lot of passes out the backfield with Jamaal Charles there on this team. Is Kirk really worth 2 first-round picks? I think Kirk Cousins is worth 2 first-round picks only because of success with Kyle Shanahan and the fact that the 49ers are looking pretty bleak at wide receiver. Oh, let's go. But, I mean, obviously Kirk Cousins, I think he will forever be a quarterback that will never get over the hump. But I think he will always be statistically a good quarterback. I think he'll never be... Best way to put it is like you need to build a team around Kirk Cousins to win. You saw with the Redskins, they just weren't good enough around him. But, I don't know, man. Cousins, 2 first-round picks. They got no wide receivers in San Francisco. It's going to be a big drop-off going from Pierre Garçon, Deshaun Jackson, and Jordan Reed to fucking... Jesus Christ, Jeremy Curley and Vance McDonald, But I think if I'm the 49ers, I'd probably do that trade. Because Kirk Cousins is probably still better than any quarterback that you're going to be able to get this year, maybe even next year. Depending on what QBs come out next year. Oh, Matt Ryan. Tack McKinley or Derek Barnett? Depends what scheme. If you're in a 4-3, it's, I think, Barnett. And if you're in a 3-4, Tack. Where do I think Deshaun Watson will go? I think high end, I think you could see a team like the Jets fucking drafting him. Jets or Bills, depending if the Bills give it to Tyrod. I think he probably should go in the second round and be not rushed. I think he definitely has potential to be a good quarterback in the NFL, but you can't rush him. I think a team, maybe if the Cardinals could get him in the second round, the Giants potentially in the second round, but I'm pulling for him. Unless he goes to the Giants, then fuck that guy, he's dead to me. But I've always been a big fan of Deshaun Watson. I hope he can. Oh, this is a whooping. This is a whooping. Too sweet. Josh Rosen is staying next year. Watch. I could totally see Josh Rosen staying for another year, especially because he lost a whole year of development this year. And I mean, I'd be like, I think he probably will gander and see what teams are picking high, and then be like, do I want to really get involved with that? What will you do if the Browns don't draft Myles Garrett? What do you mean, what will I do? I don't give a fuck. That'd be hilarious, I guess. I could probably make a video on it. I'd probably make a video on it. As this is embarrassing, as we are dominating the Cardinals right now. Do I like any other Philly teams? I do enjoy the Flyers. Baseball is gay. I don't watch baseball. The Union, the soccer team. 5 touchdowns, by the way, for Matt Ryan in that game. The Union, I'm not a fan of because I like the Canada MLS teams. But I do like the Flyers. They're not my hockey team, but they're a hockey team I enjoy. Every time I go to Philly, plus every time I've gone to Philly, which is 3 times, 3 times, I've gone to a hockey game. Remember one time I went on the fucking train in New Jersey to watch a Devils game. Fucking New Jersey's the biggest shithole I've ever been in my life. Philly is like maybe one of the nicest cities I've ever been. Jersey is such a shithole. Couldn't believe how bad it was. Like the air just smelled bad. I thought it was gonna be all right. I heard some things about New Jersey. I thought it was gonna be all right. It was all right. Take it in. Jersey's short, lots of Guidos. Jersey was just terrible. Fucking horse shit of a city. Obviously, I was probably not in the best spot, but I don't know. If everyone has ever gone to a hockey game, been to that hockey stadium in New Jersey, that's the only area I was, and that place was a shithole. But maybe I just wasn't at a good spot in the city. Do I watch UFC? I fucking love UFC. Watch almost every pay-per-view. Usually go to a bar, get fucking turned. And, yeah. Peppers? The Julius Peppers? Is that what you're asking for my opinion? Julius Peppers? Love Julius Peppers. Jabril Peppers, on the other hand, yeah. I'm pulling for him. I never really knew the personality, and he seemed like he got a lot of camera time during the Combine week, and he seems like a cool guy. But, don't necessarily know if he's going to be ready to, he's definitely not going to be ready to start day one, I don't think. I think he'll go to a team that'll use him for special packages, and then, fucking call him the bomb squad, because there's going to be a special package named Jabril Peppers in the NFL next year. But I think you're going to need to see him 2018 will probably be the year you can look at him potentially starting. Depends on what team he goes. So you go to fucking Patriots, they'll find some Bill Belichick, the evil mastermind that he is, will find a way to make him goddamn all-star rookie of the year somehow. Who should the Jets get in free agency? Fuck. Well, they got a bunch of money. They pretty much cut half their team. They're doing like a realistic rebuild over there and cutting half their goddamn team. So they got enough money, I think, that could maybe go after a wide receiver, get like a middle wide receiver, like a Kenny Stills or something. Offensive line, they continue to beef up on that, but I don't know, man. Jets I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, to be honest with you. Where in Toronto do I live? Do not live in Toronto. I hate Toronto. Toronto's actually my least favorite city in Canada. So many minorities. And it's not racist. It's just so it's like living in I would never want to go to any country in Asia because I hate being crowded. And that's kind of like what Toronto is. Hate it. Fucking hate it. Do I think the Lions have a chance to win a Super Bowl in the next couple of years? Potentially. That's going to really hinge on the fact is Matt Stafford going to be a complete quarterback and not just a fourth quarter comeback quarterback? But, I mean, their offense is probably good enough that they can heat up maybe like a Falcons. They obviously don't have Julio Jones, but I'm going to say no. But I'm going to say that the Lions could certainly be a consistent playoff contender in the back end of Matty Stafford's career. Boom. You used to live in Quebec? I love Quebec. Best city. Quebec is actually the best city in Canada. I love visiting Quebec. Beer's cheaper there. You can fucking get a 2-4 from there. And 2-4 there's half price what it is here. They have like their own fucking laws and shit. I went to a UFC pay-per-view. Oh my god, it was bad. Went to UFC 113 in Quebec in high school. It was fucking awesome. I love Montreal, I guess. Other parts of Quebec look like shit. Montreal, though, is up there. Top 5 cities I've visited. For sure. Matt Miller had the 49ers taking Leonard Fournette at 2. Matt Miller also fucking works for Bleacher Report. And Bleacher Report's like the worst fucking website. Oh, come on, Eddie Royal. Where are the burners at? Do you speak French because you're from Canada? We have to learn French in school. Like in elementary school and grade school, you have to like take a French course. But then for like junior high and high school, you can like opt not to do it. And I obviously opt not to do it. I speak a little bit of French. Fermez les bouches. Tabernacle. You know, tabernacle's like the worst word you can say in French. Oh, come on, Jordy. Where's the burners? All right, but we're going to handle this, guys. We're actually having one hell of a season here. Move to the outside. Get our feet set. Oh, get pummeled. How much Eagles merchandise do I have in my house? More than I'd want to admit. I'd say as an Eagles fan in my lifetime, I've probably spent... Oh my god, come on, someone recover that. Oh, let's go, Jamaal. Get up and run. I probably spent like 15 grand on the Eagles. 15, 20 grand. Every time I travel there, it's probably $2,000-$3,000. So that's been 2 trips. So that's 6 grand there alone. I got so many jerseys. Fucking I'd say I'm probably at 10 grand. At least, at minimum of 10 grand. Do I watch EDP? Eat That Pussy is a fucking slob. That's my goal in YouTube, is to have more subs than him someday. That, like, once I have more subs than EDP, I'm just gonna stop making YouTube videos. That's my goal in life right now. He's just such a bad look for the Eagles fan base. I hate it. So we hit a brilliant fucking punt here. Woo! What a punt! Oh, I got pushed into him. Trash. God damn it. Doesn't that negate the penalty if you get pushed into the guy calling a fair catch? When am I going to make an all-Michigan Wolverines team? It's coming. There's a list. Those videos are... Oh! What a bomb. Those videos aren't even on the back burner. I just did a whole lot uploaded, and they go in order. I'm going to the top 25 teams, so you go from 25 and work their way up. So it's your fault that Michigan has one of the best rosters of all time, and you have to wait a little bit. But it's going to get done. Those videos are still consistently coming out. You'll see like a minimum of 1 a week. But obviously with draft season upon us, there's a lot of shit that I have to work on. So I'm actually looking forward to the real... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm actually looking forward to the realistic rebuilds being done because they take a lot of time to do. And I'm almost done. I think there's probably 6, 7 more of them that I'm going to do, and then I'll take a break until next year's Madden. I think there's only 4 more that I'm doing just because they're teams that I'm doing, and then I'm going to revisit a couple of them. But rebuilds are almost done. It's not so much even like I probably could stretch it and do even more of them, but I'm getting a little bit bored of them a little bit because I've used all the prospects I want to use. For the most part, but rebuilds are almost done. And when they're done, I can start doing a lot more other shit. Oh, keep running. Keep fucking running, Jordy. Jesus Christ. All right, 2-minute drill. Get some points. I think for the redos that I'm going to, like I said, I don't want, like, my end goal is to have at least a 2-month break minimum. Oh, my God. Fucking Aaron Donald and Robert Quinn are monsters. They're eating our offensive line. Oh, Jesus Christ. I want at least a 2-month break between this Madden and next Madden for rebuilds, just because, man, they take so much work, and they're not really fun to do because you have to edit all of them a lot. But I'm going to do Colts for sure, because that was the worst one. Oh! Woo! My goal was to do the ones I didn't even... There's 2 or 3 of them that I didn't even make the playoffs with the team in 5 years, so I definitely want to redo those ones. But I can't remember them off the top of my head. But I'm going to say from this week, it's still the Texans. I'm not even done the Texans. I've done 2 of the 5 seasons. I still have to edit and stuff, which is going to be a little bit disappointing for me to do. That's my week right now. See, like, now it feels like a job. Because now I have to, like, force myself to play Madden and do a fucking rebuild. But I committed to do it. But yeah, there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 6 rebuilds, 5 or 6 rebuilds left that I want to do for teams I have yet to touch. And then I think I might do like the top 3 or most requested. I'll do a poll, like when I did the poll for you guys voting on the Toronto Huskies Connected Franchise mode. I'll do something like that. Oh my God, Tuck Rule! We're playing so bad right now. I'll do a poll and you guys can vote what teams you want me to retry. But then, like I said, I need a break from that shit. There we go. Our defense is coming up big. Our offense is playing like complete shit. All right, let's go here. What do we got for questions? If you could get rid of one NFL team, what would it be? Dallas Cowgirls. Who do I think the 49ers are going to draft? John Allen. I think if they're smart, they're drafting Jonathan Allen. Because they're going to a 4-3 defense. I have a buddy, actually. I was watching that wrestling pay-per-view last night because I was over at his pad because he bought the WWE Network. And he's a Niners fan. I was like, man, they're supposed to do a 4-3, right? And he went, yeah. I was like, well, fuck. They're going to be idiots to draft a quarterback. Go after Jonathan Allen. Get a monster. I think people are saying John Allen could be a 3-4 defensive end. He's going to be an absolute destroyer of worlds. If healthy. Obviously, you're going to need his medical to check out. A destroyer of worlds at a fucking 4-3 defensive tackle. I think he would be the best fit. Because right now their defensive line is all set up to be a 3-4. They got Buckner and they got the other dude, Eric Armstead. Those guys are pure 3-4 defensive ends. I don't necessarily know if they can play interior. I think they should be trade bait. Especially with the Kirk Cousins talk, the trade. Don't the fucking Redskins run a 3-4? Throw in an Eric Armstead in a first-round pick to get Kirk Cousins. Throw in a DeForest Buckner in a first-round pick. They're pretty much 2 first-round picks, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be their best bet to do. But I don't know. What the fuck do I know? How would I use Trey Burton if we fully redo our wide receiver core? I honestly think right now, Trey Burton, with Brent Selleck still being on the roster, use him at wide receiver. He probably has the best hands on the team. Didn't drop a lot of balls last year. He's quick enough to be probably a slot wide receiver. But then again, you're stuck with the whole, where's Jordan Matthews play? But I would definitely find ways to use Trey Burton as a weapon more so than just purely a tight end. What's your thoughts on Reuben Foster? Best linebacker, still my best linebacker in the draft. Oh my God, Eddie Royal just embarrassed. How you gonna fucking put 52? How you gonna put Alec Ogletree on Eddie Royal? That's just a bad matchup. We got 30 TDs here, Mr. Matty Ice. All right, tie ball game. I see you. I see you pimping. I'm telling you, man. Not taking fucking Jonathan Allen. Oh, that's a pick. Jonathan Allen is a 4-3 defensive tackle. Just look at his Alabama tape. He is an interior guy that I think needs to be in the middle. Replacement for Arsene Wenger. A little bit of a soccer talk. Nice. 100% I want Atletico Madrid's coach, Diego Simeone. 100%. He'd be my guy. C4, O.J. Simpson, greatest running back in NFL history. Yeah. I'd have to say O.J. 10-10 getaway. He definitely has probably the best getaway from the cop speed, to quote Gus Johnson when he used to be the color commentator here in Madden. Donta Foreman thoughts. Really hurt his stock by not going to the combine, I think. Like, he needed to run a good 40 time. Obviously, his pro day, but, I mean, hand time pro day, people kind of shit on them. But, like, he was one of those... Oh, shit. Fuck's sakes. He was one of those guys that, like... 3.5 sacks for Aaron Donald. He is literally destroying my interior, my offensive line here. You know, this was a really, really good combine for guys to show that they're athletic freaks. And for him, people are saying, "Oh, watch him run fucking 230 pounds, run something like Leonard Fournette." But now he's not going to do that because of the injury. Is that another safety? There you go. I mean, what the fuck else? What the fuck else you going to do? How do I feel about the Longhorns? Not a fan. Not a fan of Texas Longhorns, to be honest with you. It's probably more so one of my good buddies is a big time Longhorns fan, so it's just easier to kind of shit on him a little bit. What are the Cards going to do without Larry Fitzgerald? Well, they fucking better look at draft. I think they would be best suited. Fuck's sakes. God damn it. Aaron Donald single-handedly won that game for the LA Rams. I don't necessarily think they should invest highly in a wide receiver this year. I hope to God they don't, because they'll probably take Corey Davis before the Eagles could. But I think with the depth of wide receiver, they could probably get a good guy, second or third round, and start building him and John Brown and J.J. Nelson. Boop, 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 boop. Ed Oliver is going to be for sure a first-round pick, or first overall pick, I think. Ed Oliver is a fucking machine. If he can stay healthy, he already looks like he's going to be the next Aaron Donald. Like, look at Aaron Donald still has the best defensive tackle tape I've seen from Pitt. Like, the numbers were outstanding. He had like 30 tackles for loss in a season. It was fucking ridiculous. Ed Oliver can certainly be that. As we're not even first in our division. Jesus Christ. Alright, see what we can do. Do I hate Texas because of Vince Young? Not necessarily, because that was a great, great bowl game, the Rose Bowl between them and USC. I just don't like the Texans just because, or Longhorns, because I don't know. I don't really know why. I think it's just, I usually hate the popular teams, and they're one of the, like, token popular teams. Y'all are like Alabama, Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame. That's pretty much it, I'd say. USC, maybe, Florida State. But yeah. Could you start doing hockey videos? Absolutely not. Road hockey, maybe in the summer. I'll show you. What we used to do in Canada is I got probably one of the hardest slap shots in the history of Canada road hockey history. But you used to take a staple gun and you stapled the bottom of your road hockey stick, so when you slap shot, it makes sparks and look like fucking NHL hits. So I might have to do a sick video like that. Fucking put my little baby in net, put him up in hockey gear, and just fucking start cranking them. Scott Stevens from The Point, baby. How about these rumors Kenny Britt signed? I hope to God we didn't sign Kenny Britt, because he had a bunch of fucking drops last year. A bunch of, like, deflected balls that ran up to be interceptions. I haven't seen anything. Obviously, I've been on this, and I haven't checked Twitter. But if we signed Kenny Britt, it better have been $6 million or less. If we signed Kenny Britt for any more than $6 million, I'm going to be upset, to be honest with you. He's not what we need at all. Doesn't separate, struggles to get separation, not a burner, will not help Jordan Matthews. Hope to God we didn't get Kenny Britt. God. Like, Kenny Britt, oh, that was bad. Why'd you do that? Kenny Britt is like fucking the last guy. Like, if it was 4 days into free agency and all the wide receivers were signed, then I'd be like, all right, Kenny Britt. But he better not be the fucking guy, our leadoff to free agency. We start out with that? No. I think we should get middle of the tier guys, but not that middle of the tier right away. I like Kayvon Webster. Maybe Nickel Roby Coleman would be two corners I'd look at getting. Ooh, big catch by Jordan Nelson. Top free agent quarterback. Top QB free, probably Mike Glennon, I'd say. I think Mike Glennon's good enough that he could start, but not good enough that I heard like he's fucking getting like $15 million, which is fucking audacious. He should get like low end, the absolute low end QB starting money. Whoa, that's on the one. C4 special, baby. 2 picks already for Matt Ryan. Not good. Not good at all. But I think Mike Glennon, outside from what we saw in the Toronto Huskies protected franchise mode where he kind of played like shit, I think Mike Glennon is probably the best option. Here, Brian Hoyer didn't look that bad with the Chicago Bears last year, but, we all know what happens with Brian Hoyer, right? He's going to be that guy that just fucking plays decent. As we hit the C4 special, by the way. Brian Hoyer's kind of guy that's, let's be honest. Here we go. Defense playing big for us. Should football incorporate transfers like soccer? That starts to confuse it. Soccer's a little bit different. There's so much more players to deal with that I think it'd be too hard to do stuff like that. Well, there we go. Nice grab by Jordy Nelson. What do you think about Cooks to the Eagles? I'd be all over that for a second-round pick, Michael Kendricks, and like a fourth-round pick next year. That's all I would give up. No first-round bullshit at all. Sorry. Look at that. Boom! Dropping him. And that's a touchdown. Right there. Right there. Is Evan Ingram a mid-second rounder? For sure, man. He was my number 2 tight end when I did my rankings. I said with this in the last stream. When I did my original rankings before any of the combine stuff, I had Evan Ingram as my number 2 tight end. And everyone and their fucking dog had David Njoku out of Miami as number 2 tight end. I got a lot of shit in that video. People were like, oh my god, how do you have Ingram there? Ingram is a beast, man. And then you saw that fucking speed at the combine. And what I want to tell people is, oh my god, let's go too goddamn easy, is forever at Ole Miss, everyone, Laquan Treadwell, big freak wide receiver, first-round pick. Evan Ingram looked like a better wide receiver in that system with Chad Kelly. Had better repetitions, better chemistry, all that good shit with Chad Kelly. His tape looks better as a wide receiver. He's going to be a beast. He's the next Jordan Reed. Torrey Smith to the Eagles? Fucking no. Torrey Smith was, I remember one time at Pro Football Focus, the worst wide receiver in the NFL was Nelson Aguilar. The second worst wide receiver was Torrey Smith. Obviously, the quarterback scenario, that offense was pretty much abysmal. But again, unless we're getting him for like $3 million prove yourself deal, I ain't fucking with him. Do I like Messi? I love Messi. I love making my girl's chest messy. I love Lionel Messi, Ingram not 100% a tight end. He's not, but he's a weapon. How many fucking tight ends are 100% tight ends? Jimmy Graham's not 100% tight end by any means. When the last time Jordan Reed's not 100% tight end. When the last time any of these fucking guys threw a block? They're just, it's not, tight ends aren't the same anymore. They're not all Gronkowskis. They're just mismatches. They're glorified wide receivers at tight end. Jerome Pepper's thoughts. Must be late. I already did that. I think I'm pulling for him. I never really knew what his personality was, and he seems like an alright guy. I just, I don't think I think he's going to be a second-round pick because he's not ready to start in the NFL. His coverage skills, if he truly is a safety, are not up to par yet with other guys, but it's more so with his athletic ability, and you can probably put him on most receiving backs in the NFL. He'll be able to, work on that, but I think it's going to be a year at least until he can start in the NFL. How would you feel if the Eagles have an Arsene Wenger-type coach? We did. His name was Andy Reid. Did I watch the Atlanta United game? No. I heard it was pretty sick, though. I heard they had a great sellout. I don't really watch much outside of the Canada teams. I try to watch every TFC. They're my favorite. And then what the fuck? Super linebacker, 56. That white guy does not have that fucking lockdown ability. Fletcher. Jesus Christ. You obviously didn't make your chest messy because you're a father. Pull out champ for 7 years, and then every now and again, just one slip up. Oh, let's go. Oh, I hate this game. Oh, this game. What's my opinion on Sidney Jones? Think he can fit in Baltimore? I think Sidney Jones can fucking fit anywhere. I think he's top corner in this year's draft class. Spoiler alert for my 2.0 rankings. What wide receiver do the best at the tight end position? In the NFL right now, Probably like Julio Jones. Come on. Like, here's the new... I'm going to make a mock offseason for the Eagles. Because Nickel Roby-Coleman will be a nickel. We need a new nickel cornerback. Ron Brooks isn't going to work it. So he's going to be middle of the park. He's 24, 25. He's not going to cost a whole lot. Trayvon Webster for the Broncos. We have the former Broncos DB coach. And he's good. He's not great. He's probably not much more better than... he's probably a slight upgrade on a Nolan Carroll. But he won't be too expensive. Familiarity with their coach. Two signings like that instantly, now we have a somewhat solid-looking cornerback room. And then get a middle-of-the-park wide receiver. Kenny Stills would be great, but then again, Kenny Stills barking like he wants fucking $12 million a year. That's bullshit. But if we get Kenny Stills for under 10, like a 9, 8, something like that, I guess you bite the bullet. Because he is 25, a lot of upside, and worst-case scenario, he's a proven deep threat, which is what we need. And especially if he's going for the same price as Sean Jackson. They're essentially the same type player, except Kenny Stills is like 5 years younger. So, I'd look at that. What's your favorite non-Eagles player? It was Marshawn Lynch. Adrian Peterson. I mean, there's too many. There's too many to name. I don't have a single favorite. No faith in Jalen Mills going forward. Not that there's no faith. It's just that you don't... Ideally, you won't have him... You won't give him the starting job. He has to earn the job again. But as it stands right now, with how shit our quarterback, he's going to start next year. I think a guy like Jalen Mills certainly needs to continue to develop. And you need to have him fight for his position and not get complacent. Thoughts on Travis Rudolph? Not impressed with his 40 time. I think it hurt his stock a little bit. Thought he looks a little bit more athletic than he did test, but he'll probably be a decent mid-round pick. And might have a shot to making a final 53. Ooh. Who do the Packers take in the first round? We'll kick this field goal. Hopefully, how we don't block it this time. That'd be fucking great. The Packers, corner. I think Packers are always a team that goes best player available. They never will immediately jump out to draft a need. Like Kenny. Well, who they got last year? They got Kenny Clark. That was surprising. That was kind of left field. I mean, it wasn't really out of left field because they needed that with Raji retiring, but Kenny Clark certainly wasn't the best, I don't think, nose tackle on the board. But, I don't know, the wide receiver, or not wide receiver, running back, they could look at Christian McCaffrey, I think. Corner, best corner available. They go linebacker, perhaps. Edge rusher, Julius Peppers is gone. Nick Perry, they might lose him to free agency. I'd say wide receiver, edge rusher, and probably corner's the most important. Wide receiver, I keep saying wide receiver. Running back, edge rusher will be two good ones, but I think corner is the most important for the Packers. Am I a 76ers fan? No. I don't watch a whole lot of basketball. I do watch basketball. I try to watch as much as I can during the playoffs, but during the regular season, I just, if it's on, I'll watch it. Clippers and Raptors, baby. Who do I think the Saints are going to draft round one? Defensive line. What are your thoughts on Wendell Smallwood? Worried about his durability. What, to play in the fucking wild card, 13-3? Let's take a quick look at the stats here real quick. All right. So, Matt Ryan on the year, 4,000 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. So, fairly good season for Mr. Matty Ice. Running the ball 1,700 yards and 12 touchdowns from Jamaal Charles. So, clearly, that's the production that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to pick up if we sign him in free agency. Matt Forte, 448, but 19 touchdowns. So, clearly, we are a run-first team. Receiving the ball, Deshaun Jackson, 87 receptions, 853 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jory Nelson, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Eddie Royal, 852 and 9. Martellus with 608. And on the defensive side of the ball, Darrell Freeman leading the team with 126 tackles, 111 for Woodyard. Cliff Averill led the team 9 sacks, 8 sacks for Chris Long, 7 for Calais. And for DBs, Keeb Talib, 6 picks, DRC with 4, Woodyard with 3, Freeman with 3, and Brandon Flowers with 2. Alright, so here we go. We're going to jump into the wild card matchup here against the 8-8 Carolina Panthers. So hopefully we can handle them and move on. Is Pat Willis a future Hall of Famer? Um, it'll be close. He'll probably be on the shorter, like, you might have to wait a little bit. But I think he's probably, I don't know, he's one of the best linebackers of this generation, I think. Of the last 10 years, you'd probably have to make him on the short list. But, again, I don't know, man. I think he retired like 3 years too early. 3 years too early. But he probably will. Colin Kaepernick thoughts? He's done. He's not. He peaked, and it's now the downside. He's got to keep trying to like cling on to whatever past success he has. Colin Kaepernick's done. Best play you've ever seen in football live? Well, considering that all the Eagles games I've gone to have been shit shows, I remember D'Amico Ryans had like a one-handed interception against the Cowboys, and then I remember in the game I went with the Dolphins, we had a safety. I think it was Malcolm Jenkins came in off a blitz and sacked Tannehill in the end zone. Have not had good experience at any of my live games that I've gone to, though. I'll tell you that right now. Thoughts on Stephon Gilmore going to the Saints? Not going to happen. Saints 100% have already been burnt by trying to bring in expensive free agents. They had like zero cap for the last like 3 years. I think the Saints are finally going to learn to build through the draft. Oh, after like the Jarris Bird signing, I think the Saints are going to, much like the Philadelphia Eagles, they should be a little bit worried paying for defensive backs, big money defensive backs in free agency. Holy shit, this guy with the fucking sirens. Who do you see Philly drafting in the first round? I want Corey Davis, but looking at how the draft goes, oh, come on. Oh, let's go Martellus. Sidney Jones or Corey Davis, I think, would be my two top picks right now, I'd say. With the assumption that Marshawn Lattimore's off the board. Would you like Travis Rudolph on the Eagles? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. It depends. If he's like a 7th round pick, maybe. Boop, 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 boop. Is there a chance Lattimore falls to the 2nd? Absolutely not. He could have tore. I think he had some issues with his hamstring. He could probably tore his fucking ACL, and someone would probably fall in love with the prospect and take him in the first, like the late first. But I don't see there's any way Lattimore's slipping out of the top 10. If the Eagles draft Corey Davis, Stills wants $12 million. Should we not go after a wide receiver in free agency? Well, you mean you can't fucking draft? Stills will be signed before the draft happens, but I don't think there's any way. I like Kenny Stills, and I'm gonna pat myself on the back. It's the cool thing to do to say that you were the first to say something. Way, way, way back before even like the season was fucking done, I said Kenny Stills would be my target free agent before it really got a lot of steam and momentum on those shitty Bleeding Green Nation websites and shit like that. But $12 million is yeah. That's where you pull the Grandpa Simpson when he walks into the strip club and he sees Bar at the door. You walk in, you say, "Oh shit, Kenny Stills got a fat ass. Look at that. I'm gonna give him a nice old tip." And then you find out he wants $12 million, and then you instantly you keep whistling, you turn your hat around, and you get the fuck out of there. $12 million, Kenny Stills? Yeah. Don't think so, bruh. Browns take Garrett, 49ers sign Cousins. Who do the Niners draft so the Bears can take what? 49ers won't be able to have a first-round pick if they sign Cousins. So they don't really have much influence on the Bears. But I guess if you're assuming that they don't have that pick, I think the Bears, you go best player available. They go Marshawn Lattimore at corner. I think they just go defense. They go defense. And then, yeah, that's what I would do. Is Melifonwu worth the first late-round pick? Depends what team he's going to. But for the right scheme, he certainly can. If a team runs a lot of zone, he's definitely a zone cover corner, I think. And hopefully. Would you rather have Brandon Cooks in trade or sign A.J. Boye? Brandon Cooks. I am worried. As an Eagle fan who's been burned... What was that? No, that was trash. That was the most inaccurate throw I've ever seen from a 97 overall quarterback. The fuck was that? I have to look at there's a delay on the stream. Look at that. Wasn't even fucking close. Oh, terrible. What do I think about Jameis Winston and Mike Evans? Not a big fan of Jameis, but Mike Evans probably is my favorite wide receiver in the NFL right now. So, love me some Mike Evans. Which DBs fall to the second round? Hope to God Garyon Conley's there for the Philadelphia Eagles in the second round. What are your thoughts on BGN? Hate it. Trash. Absolute fucking trash. It's just clickbait. Like, the worst thing on Bleeding Green Nation will be like, Eagles rumored in signing someone. And then you read the article and it's like, yeah, the Eagles may have interest in, like, it's like, what the fuck? Literally, it's like the most clickbait bullshit. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Elliot Shore Parks on Twitter, trash. Like, unless you're like an Eagles beat reporter, even some of those guys are bad, there's no one really. I'm the best source for Philadelphia Eagles news, alright? I'll tell you that. Because I'll siphon through all the bullshit. That is my goal in life, like I said. I'm gonna, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be fucking done here in Beast Mode TV once I get more subs in EDP and I'm known as the Eagles guy on YouTube, because I want to be the place that ciphers through all that. Hey guys, reports that AJ Boye's come to the Eagles, and then the first fucking line, it's like, I think the Eagles should go after AJ Boye. Well, that's not the fuck. I didn't click because you thought fucking shit neckbeard. I thought, like, maybe he's at the fucking Philly airport or something. God, why am I a fan of Jameis Winston? I hate Florida State. That's why. All right, here we go. Let's start paying attention here a little bit. I don't want this stream to end. We're gonna go until the Super Bowl where this thing's done, and then I'll wrap her up here. If you're the Bears, you draft me. Thanks, bro. I'd be an animal. I put up my combine stats on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, it's in the. Oh, that was terrible. It's in the description of the video here. I put up my combine stats, and some people were pumping up my ego, saying that it was pretty impressive. So clearly, it was. Which defensive position do the Colts go with? They can't go wrong anywhere. Fucking defensive line, linebacker. What the hell? We got the ball back? Oh, no, we didn't. No. All right, we got to get a touchdown, baby. All right, I'm going to stop answering questions because I want to keep on keeping on here. All right. Get in the zone, auto zone. Let's do this. There we go. Okay. Gonna want to work Jordy Nelson there. Ooh, there we go. Hold on to the big catch, but that was a perfect find between the corner and the safety. All right, let's get a little chew clock on here, because the last thing we want to do is to get a touchdown and have Carolina get a fucking bullshit, give me walk-off field goal. Oh, that was bad. Thanks, Estoya72. I hope you weren't born in 72, because that means, you may get some flag for pedophilia. But thanks, bro. Here's your shout out. Boom! Let's go! Woo! Woo, woo, woo! Let's get it! Let's get it! Shout out to Straight Cash Woman. There you go. Everyone's getting a fucking shout out, I guess. Oh, yeah. So we get the ball first in overtime. Okay. Ryan Anderson thoughts. I think Ryan Anderson, solid. Alabama prospect. They're always, you always think and hope that they can do something in the NFL. Probably would be third round pick, mid round pick, Okay, we'll go screen pass. Got to utilize Jamaal Charles' strengths here. What's your favorite player on the Bucks other than Mike Evans? Gerald McCoy. I used to have Gerald McCoy as a personal friend on Facebook. True story, like his actual personal account when he was still at Oklahoma. So probably him. And Vernon Hargreaves, obviously, Florida Gators. Let's go. Chomp chomp. Should the Eagles cut Nelson Aguilar? No, because he costs more money to cut than to keep. Dak, a franchise QB. Well, if you consider Alex Smith a franchise quarterback, then yes. Oh, Jordan Nelson, moving the chains. Moving the chains. New sub, thanks Marvin Strickland. Strickland Propane and Propane Accessories. Let's get it. Spread the word, man. I need more subs. My sub count has dropped. My view count stays about the same, which is fine. I'm not bitching about that because my views are going down. Then I'd be pissed off. My subs have kind of dwindled off here, as I assume really it's the end of Madden 17 season. So I'm not going to get a big boom period till Madden 18 comes out. But yeah, keep spreading the word. Tell your friends that there's this guy, C4. He's the realest motherfucker on YouTube. And he makes some goddamn good videos. Deshaun Hall thoughts. Had him mocked to the Eagles a couple times. Think he's a solid prospect. His tape looks decent. Obviously, a lot of people probably only found out about him from watching Myles Garrett. But he looks solid. Maybe he's a prospect. 5th round pick. Jesus Christ. Do you think Eagles should Marcus Cooper? Okay, well, I think he'd be, again, another guy. Middle of the park. He had some big plays with the Cardinals last year. If it doesn't cost too much, he could certainly be a guy that wouldn't be opposed against us signing for not crazy amounts of money. Do I like DeAndre Francois? He's all right. I don't know. Again, I'm not a big Florida State fan. Ed Oliver's a beast. God keeps mentioning Ed Oliver. He's a monster, man. For a true freshman to do what he did, terrifying. He's gonna be I think he'll be a 1st round pick in probably 2 years. I mean, a 1st round pick. I mean, 1st overall pick, depending on the need, obviously. He's a freak, though. He's a fucking freak. Opinion on Jalen Hurts? I think he's he's pretty gimmicky, to be honest with you. Is there a separate playlist for the 2nd round of rebuilds? No, I just kind of grouped them all together. I don't know. I was thinking about making one, and I was just like, fuck, I'll just keep it all here in one spot to keep it easy for people. See where you're the number 1 overall pick. What would you do with it? Myles Garrett. He's easy fucking pick. It's like one of those things. Like, it's so easy. Not even the Browns can fuck it up. But watch them fuck it up. Do I want to hear a joke? Go for it. Whoa. Do I think DGB can turn his career around? I hope so. For the Eagles' sake, we need fucking wide receivers. Do I think? I don't know. Thoughts on Kroenke as an owner? Terrible owner for Arsenal. Ooh, Eddie Royal with the big time catch. Do I see Philly making the playoffs? Yes, they can certainly make it next year if Carson Wentz takes the right steps. Do I think Cam Chancellor could ever be as good as, or do I think Keanu O'Neal could be as good as Cam Chancellor? Absolutely. Oh, boom! It's over. It's over. Ice in the veins. What did the farmer who lost his tractor say? I don't know, motherfucker. What did he say? That game's over, though, boys. We're going to the next round. We still got one more game at least worth. It's 5 touchdowns for Matt Ryan. As we jump, we have one more game at least worth in this live stream, which I plan to hopefully only be, an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. Where's my tractor? Ha 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 ha! So funny. Do I think Lamar Jackson is faster than rookie Michael Vick? Well, I didn't really watch college football when Michael Vick was coming out of Virginia Tech, so I kind of only have hearsay. But I would say since I've watched football, Lamar Jackson is the fastest quarterback I've ever seen. It's terrifyingly fast. Alright, rematch. Oh, we actually bodied the fucking Seahawks last time we played them. Okay. I see you pimping. Would I rather have Cooper Kupp or John Ross on the Eagles? John Ross. Because John Ross can separate the field, and that's exactly what we need at the wide receiver position. Is the guy that can separate the field. Man, our two big players are coming up big with us, Jamaal Charles and Matt Ryan. The guys we even put in the title have been our two best players, I would like to think. Best white player. Why does this guy keep asking me best white player? Christian McCaffrey is the best white player. J.J. Watt. Aaron Rodgers. Fucking take your bet. Not being so separatist, you know? Who's bigger best, Josh Gordon or Justin Black? Justin Blackman for sure. At least Josh Gordon, they got like a little bit of production out of him for the back end of the season that he played. If you had the first overall pick, would you take Ed Oliver or Jacob Francois? You mean Jacob Eason and DeAndre Francois? Did you just combine two players? Ed Oliver's a beast, man. Well, I mean, it's fucking, how do you answer that question? I don't know what my team is. Do I have a franchise quarterback? Do I have fucking two defensive tackles already? Garyon Conley to the Rams, perhaps. If they trade Trumaine Johnson, they're going to need themselves a corner. I think Garyon Conley might be fuck off. Garyon Conley might be one of my favorite corners in this year's draft class. He looks so good the on-field drills at the combine. He looked like he was the best on-field drill corner that I saw. I don't watch the entire combine. Out of how many fucking hours they did, I might have missed like 2 hours tops, and then I caught the replay. So, boom. There we go, Eddie Royal. Eddie Royal. J.J. Watt or Khalil Mack? J.J. Watt. Do I think if John Manziel got his shit together, he could be a franchise quarterback? I don't know about franchise quarterback, but I think if he got his shit together and went to the right team, he'd have a chance, for sure. That what he did at Texas A&M wasn't a fluke. When you use John Ross and Madden, will you just use Hail Marys the whole game? Yes. I cannot wait till I create John Ross and Madden. I'm going to have John Ross on one side, Brandon Cooks on the other side, and Tyreek Hill in the slot. That's all I'm going to do. It's just run Hail Mary. Ooh. Can you pronounce my last name correctly? Capmeyer? The fuck? Rather have Aguilar improve his hands or DGB his awareness and route running? DGB with his awareness and route running. Because I don't think it's Aguilar's hands. I think it's more mental. It's the mental side. So I might as well get two birds stoned at once and get two things improved on DGB. What fucking play is this? Boom. We'll throw it to Eddie Royal, who's been a beast for us. Low-key beast on this offense. Opinion on the rumors that the Philadelphia Eagles are pursuing Terrell Pryor. Again, if you're spending that much money in a free agent, I'd ideally not want Terrell Pryor because he's almost 29. I mean, he's on his last. Whatever he gets right now is going to be his last contract that he's going to get. And he's still learning the position. He obviously looked impressive, but that's a lot of money to get to a guy that's not a complete wide receiver yet, I think. Well, again, if you can get Terrell Pryor for the same... If that's the market and Terrell Pryor costs as much as Kenny Stills, I probably would prefer Terrell Pryor at the same price than Kenny Stills at that same price. I guess. Davis Webb sneaking into the first round? No, but I think Davis Webb might have a chance to sneak into the second round. My favorite QB prospect. I think you guys already seen my QB video. I love Davis Webb. No homo. Is Redskins racist? Redskins is 100% racist, and I'm not even one of those social justice warriors that like finds things to complain about. But as a Canadian who up here in Canada, we don't have, you know, our teams are the Blue Jays, Animal, and Raptors. So I don't think there's too many dinosaur enthusiasts that are going to come and complain about our fucking Toronto Raptors. So Redskins seems pretty fucking racist to me just because it's white. What if there's a team called the White Faces or the Black Faces? People would be kind of upset. Seems pretty fucking racist to me. I'm going to try to get people to subscribe to you through Twitter. Fucking go for it, bro. I'll pronounce anyone's last name if you try to encourage people to subscribe to my channel, I guess. That's what I'll do. How much do you think the Eagles will get for Cooks? I hope to God they won't give him a first, but Philly's proven to, if they find someone they really want, they will go get him. I do not want to give a first round up for Cooks, personally. But if they, I mean, if they did, I mean, it is what it is. We got a great wide receiver. That's the only way you can look at it. You can't get your panties up into a bunch and really worry about that shit. If it's done, it's done. That's not a horrible. Like, I mean, it's not like we're fucking trading a first round pick for like a quarterback that we hope can pan out. Brandon Cook's proven at least, and he's definitely something that we need. Oof, that was almost jumped. Yadow. Yadow. That's a pretty badass last name, to be honest with you. If you're on my football team, I'd be fucking yelling at you the whole time, bro. Ooh. Oh, fit that in. Ooh, Jordy. Oh. You know what that means? On the 1 yard line. That's an automatic. That's an automatic. Straight cash only. Your last name in Canada would be Fauché, to be honest with you. That's what I'm going to say. In Canada, that name is Fauché. Faucher? Faucher? What's your Twitter name so I can tag you? It's in the description. It's beastmode_TV. Whoa, there we go. C4 Special works 100% of the time, 75% of the time. So the NFL have a relegation system, so there's incentive to win more. What fucking league would you have below it? I really, really hope the developmental league comes into play, but that'll never happen. I love that format. I think a lot of leagues should have that, but there's just not enough to go around. There's not, North American sports aren't nearly as complex as European sports to have something like that. But I think it is the most interesting thing, especially at the year end, because not only you have the title race, but you have people that are fucked. They might get relegated and lose so much money, and it's a big deal. I love it. Come on. Oh, for pick 6. Was that what that was? Trash. C4, did you hear we're going after AJ Boyd? He's asking for $12 million a year. I will say, wasn't that what we paid fucking dude from Washington, or fucking Byron Maxwell? I think AJ Boyd is better than Byron Maxwell, but again, do we really want to go down that rabbit hole again? Do we really want to pay a somewhat unproven corner that much money? Especially with this year's draft class being, potentially being able to find a starting corner in the first 4 rounds. Is that really what we want to do? I don't know, man. Thoughts on Drew Brees? Drew Brees is the GOAT. Not really, but I like Drew Brees. Boop, 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 boop. Rather draft Joe Mixon or Garyon Conley in the 2nd round. Who do we draft? Buddy that asked that question. Who do we draft in the 1st round? In this hypothetical question, I can answer it. If we drafted a corner in the 1st round, then obviously Joe Mixon. If we drafted a wide receiver in the 1st round, I think you have to go Garyon Conley because he's an absolute steal in the 2nd round, I think. Thoughts on anime? Trash. They did an episode of South Park it's called Tweak and Craig, and it was an anime episode, and I did not understand anything that was going on in that. Oh, get in there. Boom! Oh, the fumble! No. No. Touch. Oh, my God. That is bullshit. Someone challenge. Can we challenge that? 2-minute warning. Someone challenge that. No. Oh, my God. Got fucking robbed, Chief. He's got robbed. Cold-blooded. Oh. Well, I was saying they made a South Park episode of anime, and it was the worst episode of South Park I've ever seen. I hate anime. Oh my God. How the fuck? What the hell was that? Fumble touchback in the championship game. Only here on Beast Mode TV. Only C4 can fucking pull that one out his ass, huh? Alright. Well, we're able to get a C4 special there and probably bring it into 3 points. Do you think the Patriots can actually steal Jabril at 32? Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Great block. Boop. Making up for it there, Jamaal. Can't fumble touchback. Oh. Ooh. What do you think of the Bengals? You know, I don't have really opinion either way. They used to be good in Madden back in the day. You know how to be Chad Ochocinco. Oh, come on. Chad Ochocinco was a baller. TJ Hushmanzada, Corey Dillon, Rudy Johnson. You know, there's beasts. I like Vontez Burfict. AJ Green's a stud. I said Andy Dalton was going to be good when he was coming out of TCU, and he did pretty all right for himself. So I don't love it like or hate the Bengals. We'll ever do a face reveal / face cam. My face is already on my channel. Go back and type in C4 vlog in my search bar. You'll probably actually see some face vlogs and stuff in case like Eagles sign a free agent or anything like that. I don't need to do a quick video just to get my thoughts on it. I'll probably just record it with my iPhone. But yeah, my face has been all over this. What position do I think Peppers will play? Safety. He already came out and said he's going to play safety. So I think that is where he's going to play. Fuck, we need a touchdown. And we need to milk the clock. That's what we're going to do then. If that's what we got to do, then that's what we're going to do. Should the Eagles trade their first round pick for Cooks? I would not if I'm the GM. But, I mean, what the fuck do I know? I just got, oh my god, Matt Ryan, a.k.a. Michael Vick, back there. Leonard Fournette to the Panthers? Very much so. I've seen a lot of Leonard Fournette to the Jaguars. I just don't think that's a good scheme fit. Because a team if you draft Leonard Fournette, you're going to be a team that's going to commit to the run. And while the Jags need a running back to kind of ease up the pressure, they're never going to be a team that's going to be able to commit to the run more often than not because they have so many offensive weapons, So, I think Dalvin Cook would be a good running back for the Jags. And Fournette would definitely be a good fit best fit for Fournette is certainly the Panthers. I think. Will you be live streaming the draft? That is the plan. I need to figure out how the fuck I can watch the draft because my computer is going to be for the live stream. And my main TV, obviously, fuck's sakes. My main TV is going to be for whatever game I'm playing when I'm live streaming. So I need to figure out how the fuck I'm going to watch the draft, but that is the plan. In the first round, at least, I'll be live streaming that ideally. Can't commit to it yet, but that is my plan. And I think that would be pretty fun to do. What do I think of the chances of the Browns not selecting Myles Garrett? 25% chance. Have you ever watched rap battles for the Canadian League King of the Dot? Yes, I have. I know there's a guy, one of the best guys, his name's Pat Stay, and I know Pat Stay. Do I like Kid Cudi? I like old Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi was one of my favorite artists when I was in high school, but now his new music sounds like he's trying to be weird for the sake of being fucking weird. Oh! Alright, we're going to chew this clock. C4 special, and there'll be like 30 seconds left. This game will go to overtime. Another overtime battle for this team. McCaffrey to the Raiders? Yeah, I think that'd be a good fit potentially. They're in the market for a new running back. There we go. C4 special. Don't miss this extra point. Let's take it to overtime and give us a chance to keep on keeping on here. What'd you know Pat Stay? Yes. I don't know him. Like, he's not like a buddy that I don't have him on Facebook and stuff like that, though. And realistically, he's a super cool guy. If he was into any football games, I probably would ask him, hey, man, you want to do a video? Or something like that. But, I mean, rap battles, I don't know. But I do know Pat Stay. And Holohan. And, like, all those dudes. From the East Coast, man. I know I'm connected. I'm connected in the East Coast. Matt Barkley, my favorite. My Matt Barkley story is... I went to my very first Eagles game. It was against the Cowboys. Oh, man, we only need a field goal range here. All right. I can do that. Boom. Hold on. Oh, remember, I'll win this in regulation. Let's go. Oh, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. They're going to call a timeout. Give me some weird fucking camera angle, aren't they? Okay. Boom! Oh my god! Well, okay, the wind must have been crazy. I don't think I was that fucking far off. Oh, that was bad. Fuck's sakes. I guess I'm not the best kicker on YouTube anymore. How the fuck? There must have been some wind. Like, we're in Seattle. The wind must have been wonky. Because I definitely wasn't that far off. Fuck! Oh shit! Here we go! We have another opportunity to win it. This is in our destiny. Look, the wind. Okay, the wind is giving us another opportunity. You need to kneel and call a timeout. They had another timeout, so there's only 3 seconds. I would take the knee. They would have fucking tried to ice me again. I don't know if like maybe that's a glitch people know. Like in Madden, they never fucking call 2 timeouts back to back, but they could have just fucking put me in that weird camera angle again. So we just took the opportunity when we had it. Best kicker on this channel. Yes, I'm the best kicker on this channel. Fuck, I need to step my game up here. Alright, we're not fucking around. We're getting a touchdown. We're going to put this in the end zone here right now. Well, this week, we can also, like, I will do that in case. If things get a little fucky here, we will keep running knees and stuff and burn their timeouts if they're going to play like that. Looks like we got gale force winds out here. That's why I clearly missed the goddamn kick. Would you be mad if the Eagles trade their first for Cooks? I would not be happy. I don't know necessarily I'd be mad because you watch, the fucking... We've had a pretty bad track record of first-round picks. Nelson Aguilar, shit. Marcus Smith, shit. So maybe we weren't going to get, for heaven forbid, Corey Davis still on the board. Sidney Jones still on the board. And we don't sign either one. We draft fucking Jordan Willis, a defensive end. We draft some defensive end that we never heard of. So that, like, if that is the case, and that could be the case, if we just get a for sure thing like Brandon Cooks, it might ease your mind a little bit. But I just think... Second round, Michael Kendricks, and they're going to give him a pick in 2018. What are the odds of Eagles taking a chance on Joe Mixon? Honestly, no idea right now. I hope to God we see our name on his interview list, or he comes to NovaCare. That would be nice. Oh, Gary Barnage. We're getting fucking lit up here, though. Trade rumors of Eagles thinking to trade Jordan Matthews. That would be a bad decision. I really want to give Jordan Matthews at least an opportunity. If we get a true outside wide receiver 1, see what he can do. That's what I want to see right now. Too early. It's too early to do that. How many years do you think Malcolm Jenkins has left? I'd say 3. 3 probably. What would be your reaction to Nelson Aguilar signing a Julio Jones size deal? I would fly to California and beat up EDP because I assume he's the reason why. He's like, yeah, man, there's some Eagle fans talking shit, so let's really piss him off. I'd just blame him. I'd hold him responsible. What's your thoughts on Quincy Wilson? You'd like to see him on the team? As a Gator fan, even though Tease Tabor had a horrible, horrible combine, I still think he's the better corner of the two. I think Quincy Wilson might be better suited as a safety in the NFL. Here we go, baby. Getting in that C4 special zone. But then again, I'm pretty worried that Jamaal Charles is going to get a fumble touchback. Favorite Arsenal player? All time or currently? Currently, it's Alexis Sanchez because he's the only guy worth a damn. Ooh! Oh, there we go. We're going to the Super Bowl. Matt Forte coming in relief. That's what we did. Jamaal Charles fucking fucked the dog on the last one. Let's bring in the backup. Oh, he's just Matt Forte, the fucking best running back in the last, 15 years for the Chicago Bears. Arsenal did lose 5-1 today. I fucking know. And it's awful. We're Going to the Super Bowl. Back-to-back live streams with Super Bowls, by the way. By the way, I've got chirped of my fair amount here by people saying, oh my God, he's terrible. Back-to-back Super Bowl runs here with teams that are good, but not amazing. Let's go. But I am a little bit worried in terms of the Brandon Cooks. The fuck is that? Oh, conference champ. That wasn't in the Super Bowl. Shit. All right, well, we got one more. It's Dallas. Let's go. It's fucking Dallas. Let's get out and beat Dallas. Derek Carr for MVP. What, next year? If he comes back 100% healthy and get a nice training camp back, sure. But he's not the MVP last year. Arsenal winning the Champions League, Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Eagles winning the Super Bowl because I was able to live through Arsenal's invincible season, and that's good enough for me. I have that, and I can just always think back to that. With fucking Philly, I had them losing the Super Bowl to the Patriots. All right, I want the Super Bowl with the Eagles. MVP last year though was Matt Ryan for sure. The worst thing was Aaron Rodgers. People are like, Aaron Rodgers should be the Super Bowl or the MVP because how he finished the season. Oh, so you're gonna give him the MVP because he sucked for the first third of the season and he picked it up. Matt Ryan was consistent throughout. They definitely didn't get that wrong. Who's your least favorite Cowboy ever? Maybe Dez Bryant. It might have to be Dez Bryant. I think. I didn't watch football in the 90s when they were really good. So I'd say right now Dez Bryant. Oh. Dirtiest player in the NFL. Probably Vontaze Burfict. Let's go Jamaal. Went outside Jamaal Charles and drafted back up in a later round for health insurance to avoid any head case problems with Mixon. Because Mixon is the perfect... Like, Jamaal Charles, he's fucking played, 2 games in the last 2 years. Alright, he's not going to come for fucking pennies on the dollar. Jamaal Charles, at minimum, is going to get $6 million a year. So, for a guy that we don't even know if he can play a game for us, no. You get younger. You have your franchise quarterback, you get younger around him. Oh, come on. The only way, like I said before, I've said a couple times, the only way I can get down with the Jamaal Charles is if fucking Doug Peterson comes out and says, we got Jamaal here just for a Band-Aid. Well, find a better word to say that. And then say, we really think that the running back class next year is looking really talented. AKA, we're getting Jamaal Charles short term, and then we're getting Saquon Barkley next year, okay? Anything else than that, yeah. Gotta have to go ahead and say, fuck the Chiefs. Eddie Royal's a beast. EDP or DGB? DGB for sure. Messi or Ronaldo? Messi, 100%. I met Cristiano Ronaldo. I have his autograph. True story. But Messi is the better player and the better human being, I think. I don't know. I wonder if I could sell that. I mean, I'm never hurting for money, but I could probably sell my fucking autograph of Cristiano Ronaldo for $500. I bet. Should the Eagles find a running back or wide receivers to take the pressure off Wentz? Wide receiver for sure. Because, contrary to popular belief, I think that our offensive line is almost good enough, to be kind of like Dallas. Philadelphia is for sure, when healthy, a top 10 offensive line. So we don't need the greatest of running backs. Our offensive line is good enough that if we just get an average to above average running back, our running game should be all right. And we already kind of have that in Darren Sproles, but I think a playmaker, who else, you always throw it away. You always kind of want a playmaker. Wide receivers for sure for Carson Wentz. You need someone to catch the fucking ball. Carson Wentz, everyone kind of shits on his stats down the stretch where that was because he had so much left on the fucking bone from his wide receivers. Carson Wentz probably would have had an extra 400 or 500 yards and probably 6 touchdowns where wide receivers weren't fucking pieces of shit. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Love the Arsenal questions, though, by the way. Thoughts on teams traded Thoughts of teams interested in Chase Daniel. I hope to God, get him off the books. Biggest transfer for Arsenal, we need a striker. I'd like Antoine Griezmann, I would say, would be my number one target right now. Jesus Christ, you guys are firing these fucking questions at a million miles a minute here. I know the stream's almost done, but... Oh, we got mauled. Who would you rather have at starting center next year? Wiz or Kelsey? We don't really, everyone wants to say get rid of Jason Kelsey. We don't really save that much money by getting rid. We only save like $1 million or $2 million by getting rid of Jason Kelsey. So I'd much rather Jason Kelsey personally. I don't want to do this. All right, get out. Oh, fuck off. Who's going to be the bust? Chelsea thoughts? If you're new to the channel, this channel was originally ran by me and my... Well, not originally. He's still here. Doesn't make videos anymore. Hopefully he'll start making videos on the secondary channel. If you guys like Overwatch and Call of Duty and all that stuff, that's going to be on the secondary channel. Plus more shit. Probably vlogs with my girlfriend. Girl gamer videos. You know, all the clickbait shit. Well, hopefully sooner or later we'll be up on the second channel. But I originally started this channel with my brother, and he's a diehard Chelsea fan. So fuck Chelsea. Here we go. Hookers and blow. Fucking both. That is how I want to go, man. When I'm 80, fucking, I want to go Chris Farley route. Hookers, blow, and Las Vegas. You know, that's the way to go. Who should the Broncos sign in free agency? Offensive line. I don't really know what offensive line, what are the best guys. Like, Broncos are a team that are still in win now. So maybe like an Andrew Whitworth could be decent for them, I would say. That could be a name to throw out there. Least favorite Florida player, whoever the fuck we have playing at quarterback at any given point, have been absolute liability for this team. So that is who it is. Do you think Eddie Lacy is fatter than EDP? EDP is fucking next level fat, so no. How much different would John Rush's stock be if he didn't run a 4.22? About the same. Like, I personally have him and Mike Williams tied as my wide receiver 2, and that was pretty much always, you know, what it was. It was always, he was always the third best. Oh, Jamaal Charles with a stiff arm. John Ross is always in the conversation for the second or third. Like, it's a big lump. It's all about what you look for in a wide receiver between him, Mike Williams, and Corey Davis. But all three of those guys should be solid in the NFL, I believe. I would like to see a little bit more durability out of John Ross. There's still injury concerns. Oh, that's a dirty hit. Fucking Sean Lee. Favorite college team? Come on, bro. You must be new. Florida Gators all fucking day. I like Florida and Clemson. I'd say those are probably the two teams that I enjoy. Clemson, well, not because of, their fucking fair weather, because Brian Dawkins. And orange is my favorite color. Or at least it was. I don't really have a favorite color, but... But Florida Gators, 100%. Gators, chomp chomp. Torrey Smith to the Eagles? Absolutely not. Do not want Torrey Smith at all to the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, that's bad. Ooh, that was bad. Zay Jones or John Ross? Depends what you need. If you need a possessing receiver, it's going to be Zay Jones. And if you want a burner that can separate the field, it's going to be John Ross. I think John Ross overall is a little bit better of a prospect because of obviously the speed. And he made highlight reel catches all fucking year for Washington. But Zay Jones is going to be really good, I think. He might be a guy that could rise into the first round, I could think. If I had to guess, what's one prospect that has not had a chance right now on paper, I guess, hypothetically speaking, to rise into the first round, I think it might be Zay Jones. Oh, there we go. Don't fumble this one. Oh, yeah. Georgia or Dallas Cowboys? That's the one weird thing. I don't even really hate the Bulldogs. As a Florida Gator fan, I know you're supposed to hate them, but because I'm not from Florida, like that rivalry's not ingrained in me. I don't despise Georgia. Obviously, I don't like them. But my hatred for Dallas is next level. Well, because I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, I guess I could say I severely dislike Georgia, but I don't hate them. I hate Alabama, though. Fuck Alabama. Bruh. . And we're body bagging here. We're going to the Super Bowl. Let's go. What Mike Mayock would say, you know. Get ready for the Super Bowl. What position would Joe Peppers be drafted at? Free safety. He's a free safety in the NFL. What are your honest thoughts on Curtis Samuel? Reminds, as a Gator fan, I could say wholeheartedly, Urban Meyer as well. He's Percy Harvin. So, if you firmly believe that Percy Harvin, what he did in his NFL career is worth a first-round pick, then there's no way of swaying. I do not. I think Curtis Samuel, super athletic, but what does he play? If he's a good running back, a good wide receiver, but not a great either one, then I don't think he's a first-round pick. He's a luxury pick. He's a luxury item. And I think, he'll definitely make big plays in the NFL, but I don't know. Second round, I wouldn't touch him in the first round for sure. Do I think the Raiders moving to Las Vegas is a stupid idea? No. I don't like that they're moving out of Oakland, but because their stadium is trash and that the only way they can get a new stadium is going to Vegas, so be it. I think that's what they need to do. Unlike fucking the Chargers moving to LA. That's just dumb. Owner was greedy versus Al Davis' son that's not even that rich, can't even fucking fund his own stadium. Who do I think will win the Heisman next year? Lamar Miller might have another chance to getting it, but you got two phenomenal running backs. I think Geis and Saquon Barkley are going to be probably my picks. I think I'd make Barkley the more likely because just a better offense than what LSU has. LSU's never really that great of an offense. So I'd say Saquon Barkley is my pick. Come on, someone get open. Just throw it away. What's your thoughts on Hassan Riddick? Beast. He's a beast. If Jabril Peppers got drafted to the Eagles, what position would I want him to play? If he went to the Eagles, well, we're good at safety, so I don't know why we'd pick him. Linebacker, I guess. He'd be a gimmicky player for us. We just bring him on anytime we had to cover Jordan Reed or fucking Ezekiel Elliott out of the backfield. Lamar Miller, yes. Whatever. I've been fucking answering questions for an hour and a half. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Miller might actually go back. He might want to go back, get his GED, go back to Miami. He probably would definitely be a favorite to win the Heisman. Lamar Miller would be. Favorite basketball player? Blake Griffin. How would you rank Jake Browning, Sam Darnold, and Josh Rosen? In terms of what? College quarterbacks or future pros? For college QBs, I would go Browning 1, Darnold 2, Rosen 3. For NFL QBs, probably Rosen 1, Darnold 2. I don't know. There's not enough. Not enough. I like Jake Browning a lot, but I don't know. Not sold yet. Not convinced. Darnold is a USC quarterback, and we all know what happens with USC quarterbacks in the NFL. And Rosen missed that year. That pretty much missed all of fucking last year, so that's a year development. So not... Again, even though I think those prospects are definitely worth drafting, and there's still no clear-cut, like, that guy's going to be... There's no Andrew Luck, right? In college football right now, I don't think. If we make no big moves at cornerback, possible McLeod back to CB and Watkins to free safety. Probably not. I think if we were going to move anyone, it would be Jenkins. Because Malcolm Jenkins played a lot of corner. Played a lot of slot. Played in the slot for us a lot last year. That's why I don't think his stats looked as good. Because he was asked to do a lot of the dirty work. And Jalen Watkins, he's solid. I was all right seeing him resign. I love seeing when a Florida Gator can stay in the league. As we got 4 touchdowns to Matt Ryan, by the way, as we go to the Super Bowl. Not just ever so casually making our way back to the Super Bowl. But, yeah. Coming into last year's draft, do you think was better, Goff or Wentz? Thought it was Wentz all along. And who do I think Philly was going to take? I thought it was going to be Wentz all along. Fucking called it. My last mock draft last year, I had the Eagles getting Wentz. Have I ever been to Florida? I have not ever been to Florida. I've heard some terrible things about Florida. I heard it's like the worst, like one of the worst, most backward states. But I would like to go to a Florida Georgia game in my lifetime. If YouTube thing keeps working out, hopefully at some point. My goal, obviously, with this great fucking personality, even though I couldn't swear and talk how I usually want, I would love at some point being able to fund, and by fund I mean spending YouTube money, and then from the videos earning it back, going to the combine, trying to interview guys, going to just games and shit and vlogging and stuff. That's the fucking dream that anyone would want to do. But that is my goal here on this channel. Like I said, where you have other YouTubers that want to like, man, I can't wait to make it big, and then really every video I could spend like $500 opening packs. I'd take that $500, I'd save it for 3 months, and then go to Philly and fucking film some vlogs and try to yell at Nelson Aguilar. Find out where Nelson Aguilar is staying, and then just shit talk him the whole time. I'd have a hands catch. I'd fucking get the hands machine out. And I would try to, I guarantee I could fucking beat Nelson Aguilar, alright? I'll get my orange cutters that I still had from high school, and I guarantee, give me and Aguilar 10 passes, I'll probably catch 8, and he'll fucking catch 2. Sarcasm. Florida isn't that bad. I mean, I don't know. I don't like the heat either. I'm not a fan of heat. But I do, like I said, Florida Georgia game is certainly on my bucket list of shit I want to do. As we get ready for this Super Bowl appearance, Matt Ryan get a second chance here at the New England Patriots. Oh my god. All right, it's gonna be one of these games, huh? We get no fucking plays till the second quarter. Okay, cool. 3rd and 1. Let's open up with a C4 special. What the fuck is this? Give me all this shit. Like how the 49ers playbook only has one. Chip Kelly's playbook only has the C4 special. Nice. Ooh. Come on, Jamaal, get the edge. Nice. What do I think will happen to Jay Cutler? Cut. He will get cut. Bigger choke job, Atlanta or Golden State? Well, I don't really watch basketball, but it probably was Golden State, but because I watch football, I'm gonna have to go with the Falcons. Like they had the Super Bowl 1. You know, like the Golden State, it was 3-1. Anything could still happen. I mean, you got to finish those games. Fuck it. They never put this way. They never had the championship in their hands. They still had to finish their games. Atlanta, if they would have ran the ball, they would have got it's done. They would have had the Super Bowl. They would be Super Bowl champions. So Atlanta for sure. Thoughts on Luke Kuechly? He went to the same high school I'm at right now. Well, fuck. I guarantee. Hey, buddy, Jack Butler, find the hottest MILF teacher. Guarantee Luke Kuechly banged her. Guarantee it. Oh. Switch Aguilar to corner? No. More like hope to God Aguilar can do something next year and then cut him. Just get him off the fucking team when he doesn't cost us any money. Squeeze that in. There we go. We need that. Have I ever watched No Jumper? No idea what that is. Is that like fucking... Is that like someone like watching people suicide? Like not to jump off a building? Thoughts on Mike Groh? Hopefully you can fucking get some guys to catch the ball, personally. Anything's better than Greg Lewis. Alright? Greg Lewis was a pretty shitty Eagles wide receiver, and obviously, from his body of work last year, was a pretty shitty wide receiver coach. No Jumper is another YouTuber. Does he live stream people jumping off buildings? Suicide attempts? I have no idea who he is, to be honest with you. Am I supposed to know? Oh, there we go. Bigger choker, Mia Khalifa or Atlanta? Fucking Atlanta. Thoughts on Wentz working with Juju Smith-Schuster? Fucking hope it doesn't mean anything. Oh, what a ball. What a ball. Martellus Bennett, let's go. Oh, booth review. Madden Connects franchise is 28. In the real NFL, what age do you think a player really starts regressing in each position? I'm not going to fucking go through each position. 30. It's usually 30. Thoughts on Kenny Britt to Philly? Pass. I hope none of that shit happened. I haven't looked on fucking Twitter. I hope to God, like someone said, that Britt's like coming to Philly. I fucking hope not, man. Oh, there we go. C4 special. Keeping it close. Giving us an opportunity. Thoughts on Torrey Smith to pass? Torrey Smith and Kenny Britt are the two guys right now that I would be very malcontent over Philly signing. As we need to finish this. These things are going to be under 2 hours. Or else they get fucky. Boom. Martellus across the middle. Do your thoughts on Cooper Kupp change after his combine? Slightly. I thought he would have been a little bit faster. But he still probably has debatably the best route running in this year's draft class. I don't think it will hurt his draft stock too much. Still be a second round pick, I believe. Oh, fit that in. Ooh! Matt Ryan. Where was this? Pryor or Deshaun? Pryor. What do you think about Arsenal and Philly deluded fans? Same as anyone feels about any deluded fans about their team. Shut the fuck up. And if you disagree with me, alright, you can suck it. There we go. Ooh. Let's get it. Touchdown. Get that lead. Hold on to the lead. Will Sam Bradford turn around to get Alshon? Okay, first of all, I don't think the Vikings have that much cap space, so I don't think they'll be getting Alshon Jeffrey. But I mean, I think Vikings just get offensive line. Hopefully, if they, I don't know. AP's got to resign elsewhere probably, which sucks for them. Get a running back and an offensive line, and then see what happens. Their defense, they have a Super Bowl caliber defense, even though they kind of slowed up a little bit last year. I think when healthy, they have a great defense. Oh, rest in peace. Let me kick a field goal. Boom. How happy were you when Nick Foles had that one good season and made the Pro Bowl? I bought his fucking jersey. It's probably one of the worst buys I've ever bought, along with Kiko Alonso. So that's how I was feeling. I thought we had our franchise quarterback. I was sipping that Chip Kelly fucking cult lemonade. You know? He spiked it. We all bought in. Boop, 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 boop. So the Broncos pick O-lineman or O.J. Howard if they're on the board. Tough call. I'd say probably offensive line, because if they really want to get a tight end, there's still going to be good tight ends in the second round, whereas the offensive linemen kind of drop off a little bit when you get there. But O.J. Howard's a freak. I think O.J. Howard's going to be a big-time game breaker. Who do I want Philly to sign the most? Stephon Gilmore. If we're going to spend, I would want Stephon Gilmore. If not, I'd be fine with just making a bunch of middle-of-the-park signings. Get Trayvon Webster. Get Nickel Roby-Coleman. I don't know who the fuck else. Someone for wide receiver. I can't think off the top of my head. Kenny Stills. If Kenny Stills was not fucking asking for $12 million, and he was going for what he's probably worth, which is, you know, between 6 and 8, he'd be another guy. As we kick the field goal. Oh, we might be able to win the Super Bowl. Does Carson Wentz make the Pro Bowl next season? Depends if we help him out or not. If we don't help him out, I mean, fuck. Aaron Rodgers couldn't make the Pro Bowl on our team. Robert Woods, yeah, there you go. I think Robert Woods, he's going to be pretty expensive. I can see Robert Woods just getting shy of $10 million. I think the wide receiver market's going to be absolutely fucked this year, to be completely honest with you. But I would much rather Robert Woods than Torrey Smith or Kenny Britt. At least there's upside with Robert Woods, even though he is a USC wide receiver. Cannot forget that. Ceiling of Carson Wentz. Fucking all pro. Carson Wentz has all the tools that you need. It's just more so in these key stages of his development, are Philly going to help him and give him talent? Or are they going to give him shit guys so that he can regress like fucking, you know, any other quarterback that might be solid but never had a hope in hell because of a weak offensive line or weak playmakers around him? Try the mountain swing. Who on Arsenal do I currently hate? These are fucking all these live streams turn to Q&As. Fucking Arsene Wenger. It was a player, probably Ozil, because he refuses to play defense. As we might just shit our opportunity there, fellas. Oh shit, they turned it over. Hey, there we go. Hey, Lamau. Right. Make them burn their time out to win this fucking Super Bowl. Let's go. Should I divorce my wife since she thinks I spend too much time watching your videos? I would. Fucking murderer, I guess. I'll plead the fifth. If she says you can't watch my videos, fucking tell her I got a kid. I have to make these videos and I still find time to make it, alright? What's your excuse? Bitch. And then get your fucking shit and probably proceed to sleep on the couch. Alright. This is going to be it. We got this Super Bowl last time. We made it to the Super Bowl and unfortunately fell short. But I think the 2008 draft class, they ain't fucking around. Do I get mad pussy? Yes, I do. With one woman. The mother of my child. Ozil is the Aguilar of Arsenal. Oh, no, not necessarily because Ozil sometimes is a game changer. But he's a luxury player on a team that doesn't have the status to have luxury players. We need everyone to be good. So, all right, we're just going to let the clock here as I take a quick look. Do I have a job besides YouTube? Yes, I do. Not going to lie, the couch isn't that bad. Yes! I'm not the only guy that thinks that's bullshit. I can get down sleeping on a nice couch. As long as ain't no bust-ass couch that you picked up on the side of the fucking road. Couches, you can get in. You can fucking sleep on a couch. You can fucking, there's usually a table there. You can put drinks. Fucking sleeping on a couch. Highly underrated. There we go, fellas. 1 second, no time on the clock. We won the Super Bowl just shy of the 2 hours as well. This turned into quite a long, little bit live stream for the 2008 Madden draft class, or whatever the fuck we're going to title this video. But yeah, as we wrap us up with a phenomenal Super Bowl, obviously for the week, actually tomorrow, there's a video with my girlfriend in it. We do a Connected Franchise Build with my girlfriend's in it, and I start a new series. Not a, in particularly big series, but a new series will be debuting tomorrow evening. But there is until next Tuesday, 2 videos a day. You're going to be getting a video in the morning and a video at night. And then on next Tuesday, the 14th, will be my 3rd NFL mock draft. So I hope you guys stay tuned for all that shit. Plus, like I said, there's double uploads coming for the next couple days. Plus, I'm going to have probably impromptu videos based off of how free agency plays out this Thursday and on. So I hope you guys all stay tuned for that shit. But thank you all for tuning into this live stream. Hopefully I answered just a fucking nice amount of questions here. And thank you guys for watching. So until next time, C4 saying peace out. And I literally have no idea when I'm going to stream. Ideally, I could probably stream one more time this week. We'll do the 2009 draft. But that will do it for me here now. So you guys continue going on the chat, whatever the fuck you want. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.